Hello, welcome to our virtual benefit fair on dependent daycare flexible spending accounts, presented to you by NCFlex, who's the group that offers this plan for the state of North Carolina, and P&A Group, who is the vendor for this plan. So dependent daycare flexible spending account is a way for you to set aside pre-tax or set aside your money pre-tax for eligible expenses. So open enrollment is upon us, and you're going to be making a decision for the next plan year 2021. So how do you determine how much money you want to put aside for the dependent daycare spending account? You want to estimate your expenses, if you know what they might be, that you will incur in the next calendar year. These expenses that are eligible would include things like child daycare for children under age 13, before and after school care, beginning with kindergarten for children under age 13, payments in lieu of regular daycare to day camps, but not overnight camps, daycare expenses for qualifying child of any age, spouse or other dependent, such as a parent, who is physically or mentally incapable of caring for themselves. To find out if that person, possibly a parent that you're taking care of, would qualify for this account, contact a tax specialist or P&A Group to get more details on who would qualify. And payments to relatives for care of qualifying dependents. Now, the relative cannot be your tax dependent or child under age 19. Keep in mind that the maximum a household can contribute is $5,000. So if both you and your spouse work for the state of North Carolina and are eligible to participate, together you can only both contribute a max of $5,000. You cannot both put $5,000 into the account. Okay. Now, when can you enroll in general for the dependent daycare spending account? Well, as a new hire, you could, or open enrollment is the one time per year that you can enroll or re-enroll in the dependent daycare without a qualifying life event. Now, if you have a qualified life event mid-year, such as a change in daycare cost, stop or starting daycare, then you can make additional changes to this account. So maybe you're planning on having a baby next year. You can wait until that child starts daycare to start this account. You don't need to start it immediately in 2021. Open enrollment this year is October 15th through October 31st. So you've got a little over 2 weeks to make that decision. And for this account, both flexible spending accounts, you must re-enroll every year to continue contributing into them. Not all of our accounts are like that, or for NCFlex, everything rolls over except for the flexible spending accounts. Those contributions do not. So please remember to re-enroll. The election that you choose for next year will be divided up by the number of paychecks you receive in a plan year. So let's give you an example. Let's say you elect $5,000 for 2021. If you are paid monthly, then you have 12 paychecks per year. So you divide that $5,000 by 12. About $416.67 come out per pay period. Sometimes it'll be $416.66. It kind of fluctuates between those two pennies, and it ends up being a total of $5,000 for the year. So the $416.67 is deducted on a pre-tax basis. This is where you save money because your paycheck is only reduced by actually about $291.67. That's a 30% tax savings, so it could be a little more or a little less just depending on what your tax bracket is. But in this example, on a 30% tax savings, you save $125 per pay that can be used to pay for those eligible dependent care expenses. So you're saving money that you can still spend. Features of the dependent daycare flexible spending account. So reimbursement for this account is limited to your available account balance. That's the money that has been payroll deducted and is in your account with P&A Group. File claims ahead of time to be reimbursed within 1 to 2 days from your payroll deduction, or you can use your convenience card to pay for expenses after the payroll deduction has occurred. Typically, it takes about 1 to 2 business days after your payroll deduction for that money to be loaded on the card. Same thing with when you filed a claim manually. If that claim was already approved, then once your payroll deduction happens, it takes about 1 to 2 business days for that reimbursement to occur for that money. If you leave employment, claims can still be incurred and claimed on your available account balance through the end of the plan year. So let's say that you had put in $1,000 by May and you leave the state, but you haven't spent that $1,000 that you put into it. And then you've got your child in summer camp. You can still use that money for those expenses past the date you leave the state. The grace period for this account is March 15th of the following year. So for 2020, for instance, if you still have money to use by the end of the year, you can still incur claims through March 15th of 2021. Some IRS rules that govern your dependent daycare spending account is once you've enrolled, you cannot change your annual election unless you experience a qualified life event like we mentioned earlier. And some of those things would include a change in daycare status, like starting, stopping, or the cost changes for your daycare. Any sort of thing like that, you can make a change to this account, reduce it, increase it, start it, stop it. You just cannot reduce it below what you have already been reimbursed or contributed into the account. Both you and your spouse must work to participate in this plan, or your spouse must be unemployed and actively looking for work and or a full-time student if they're not actively employed. Special rules do apply for separated and divorced employees. There's some more information in our guide about that. Or if you're in that situation, give P&A a call and ask them about that before you put money into this account, and ask them what the rules are around that. You can also speak to a tax specialist. This account has a use it or lose it rule. So that means if you do hit that grace period of March 15th and have not spent all of that money, it will be lost. It does not roll over or carry forward to the next plan year. The only changes to this account for 2021 is what the time period for submitting claims for the prior plan year will be. Right now, that claim submission date is April 30th. Like for instance, for the 2020 plan year, you have until April 30th to file claims that you incurred through March 15th of 2021. When 2021 money gets taken out, you have until March 31st of 2022 to file claims that were incurred through March 15th of 2022. And know that's a lot of dates. All of that stuff is in the NCFlex enrollment guide. If you need to remember it, the NCFlex enrollment guide can be found on ncflex.org. How do you submit claims? Well, you don't need to submit a claim if you use your convenience card to pay for your eligible expenses. But please keep a copy or receipt, a copy of your receipt or invoice in case P&A requests documentation for that card swipe. Or if you don't use your card, you can file manually 3 different ways. There's a paper claim, there's online at ncflex.padmin.com where you can upload a copy of your receipt or your invoice from the daycare center, or through the free P&A app. They have an app, and I'll show you what that looks like in just a minute, where you can just take a picture of your invoice and upload it on your smart device and file it that way. Just make sure that that invoice has the daycare's name, their tax ID, the dates of service, and the amount, of course. This is a look of what the mobile app looks like. So search P&A Group from the App Store or Google Play, and you can download it. Once you sign in for the first time, you can then, if you have the availability of this on your smart device, you can then sign in with Touch ID or facial recognition if one of those is available. You can sign up to get alerts that are on there. And then there is the main menu where you can view your account balances. You can upload a claim directly from your smart device by taking a picture and uploading it on there. It's really nice. Or if you have a claim that you submitted previously that requires documentation, you can upload it on this app also. This is information on how to contact P&A. So their hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can call them, which is all the way over to the right, 1-866-916-3475. But you can also go to ncflex.padmin.com and click online chat to talk to someone via a chat. Don't forget the websites, ncflex.padmin.com. That's where you again can chat. You can find additional information about the accounts, flexible spending accounts, and you can log in to your account. Then NCFlex.org is going to have more information on flexible spending accounts. Once you go to NCFlex.org, you just click flexible spending accounts, you see some general information, and then there's another link where you can find the claim forms, the claims kit, and things like that. There's also the FSA eligible items list. It's just got a sample list on there for you as well.